In this video, we'll see how you can implement an agentic workflow to generate actions from emails. The workflow creates cards in Trello, adding them to different lists based on the type of request. The card includes contact information for the sender, extracted from HubSpot. To trigger the workflow, I've created a Logic app in our Azure tenant. When an email arrives in our inbox, the Logic app will send its content to a workflow that I've built in Catalyst. This workflow consists of two agents. The first agent, Triage Email, classifies the email as a customer enquiry, internal communication, or support request. It also generates a summary of the action needed. The second agent, Create Card, queries HubSpot for contact details. It then creates a card in Trello, combining email and contact information. It selects the list to add the card to, based on the email's content. Let's look at each of these steps in detail. In my organization, I've created two custom integrations to HubSpot and Trello. You can configure custom integrations to enable your agents to interact with any application that has an API. Once you have configured a custom integration, it becomes available to every agent in your organization. This Trello integration enables my agent to create cards and add them to lists. I have followed the instructions in Trello's API documents to configure it. I have also provided instructions so my agent understands how to use the integration, including its purpose and the parameters needed to use it. When using this integration, my agent will dynamically construct the API request by completing the URL and body parameters. I have also added an integration to HubSpot, which will allow my agent to retrieve contact details and add them to the Trello card. Next, let's look at the agents I've built, starting with Triage Email. I've set it up as a structured output agent. It will read the email and extract the key information needed to create a Trello card. This will include a classification and a summary of the content. The classification will determine the Trello list in which to create the card. Let's also take a look at the Create Ticket agent. This agent has been instructed to query HubSpot for contact details. It will then combine the email triage and contact information to generate the card in Trello. In the Skills section, I've enabled the HubSpot and Trello integrations that we created. The agent will now be able to use them to retrieve contact details and create the card. I've created a workflow agent to pipe the input of Triage Email into Create Ticket. Let's take a quick look. We'll trigger the workflow via an API call. I've used the endpoint and access key found in the API Access section under the Deployment tab. Here is the Logic app. When a new email arrives, it will make an API request to Catalyst. This uses my workflow agent's endpoint and access key. The query contains information from the email. We're ready. Let's test the solution by sending an email. Here's our card. The agent has added the card to the customer inquiries list. The content includes a summary of the email and the original body, and has been enriched with contact information from HubSpot.